Hello everybody and welcome back to Out of Body. My name is Sabrina and in today's video I'm going to be talking about a kind of crazy dream that I had. Now I know not everybody believes that dreams are anything other than dreams, but on this channel I'm always talking about how dreams could be many different things. They could be paranormal. Some people get messages in dreams. They could be out-of-body experiences while we're sleeping. It could be memories from past lives. There are a lot of different things that dreams could be. So this particular dream I thought was significant enough to talk about on this channel because I think that it may be one of two things. It could be, well, three, I guess. It could be nothing, I guess. It could be a memory from another life or a parallel universe, or it could be that I actually traveled to another planet while I was sleeping. So real quickly, I just want to note that yes, I did slightly change the name of this channel. It's still Out of Body, but I added paranormal and I wanted to explain why I'm doing this for those of you who have been here a long time. So basically why I did it is because I am trying to grow my community. I'm trying to find more of a community on here and on Instagram and Twitter. A lot of people I used to talk to either aren't doing YouTube anymore or aren't doing it as much or are doing different content than they used to. So I wanted to find more of a community of people who love paranormal things just like I do. So I added that to the name so that when I interact and comment on YouTube or Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, that whoever I'm interacting with already can see that I am, you know, a paranormal channel and that I, you know, that's what I do. Like, I just wanted it to be a little more obvious because a lot of people when they see Out of Body, they think, okay, is that like some kind of band? Is that like an organization? What is that? But I think paranormal pretty much explains it. Like, this is what I do, this is what I'm into. So I just wanted it to be a little bit more self-explanatory so that when I'm interacting online that I can more easily attract and find people that are interested in the same things so I can grow my community and just, you know, not even just my community, but just join in on, I guess, more of a paranormal community online. I had thought about changing it to my name or like Sabrina Paranormal or something like that, but I did a poll on here and a lot of you were kind of like, no, keep Out of Body. And I was like, you know what, you guys are right. Because I mean, Out of Body is part of me, I guess. It's, you know, something that I hold dear, you know, because of the out-of-body experiences I've had. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep it like that because I've spent so many years too, and at this point, about 5 years, trying to grow, you know, I guess in a way, sort of a brand called Out of Body. So I was like, I would hate to throw that away. Anyway, back to the content here. Okay, so at the beginning of this dream, or at least the first part of it that I remember, is I'm out in the country somewhere. And for some reason, I'm with this guy, and he's not the guy I'm with now. He's somebody I don't even know. It's like I was married to someone else. It felt like he was my husband, but like in real life here, I don't know who this is. Like, I don't know who he was. But in the dream, it was understood like I knew that he was my husband. But he was kind of mean, and he was kind of controlling, and he was having us do some kind of like movie reenactment or something. I don't know what we were doing. I think he was on a horse and I was supposed to be like reenacting this thing with him. I don't know. That was weird. I don't really know what we were doing, but all I know is I didn't really want to be doing it, and I was like, I just wanted to get away from him, and he was just very controlling and overbearing and wanting me to like do this thing. And at some point I just get the courage to be like, screw this, and I start to run, and I run towards the woods. I run away. I'm like, I don't even care. I just want to go anywhere but be around him. I want to be free. Now, what is interesting about this dream is that, and what makes me think it could be maybe a parallel universe type thing, is that I also had a son. He was older than my son that I have in real life, but I had a son in the dream, and his name was also Declan, which is the name of my son that I have in real life. And in the dream, and now that I'm thinking, remembering back to it, like it was the same person, like he was the same boy, but he was older. Anyway, so I run into the woods and he catches up with me, my son does, Declan. And I guess he's around maybe like 12, it seemed like in the dream. And he just kind of runs after me, and I didn't even realize, I guess, that he was there before. And then he's like right over there. And he followed me, and then we walk into this kind of a clearing, like we're in the woods, and then we find this area that where like there's no trees, and it's just grass. It got dark really fast because it was kind of daytime before, and then by the time we found that area, it was like kind of dark-ish, or kind of dusk, I guess. This is where it gets really weird. Up until this point, in my conscious mind, I assumed that I was on Earth, obviously. But what I see next convinces me that we are not on Earth. So we walk into this clearing, and I remember that my son Declan starts to remark about the sky, and he's kind of pointing up at it, and I look up, and he's not saying like it's weird or anything. He's just saying like, oh, it's really pretty tonight, you know, like it's a pretty night. So I look up at the sky, and I'm like, whoa. I see something very bizarre in the sky. I don't see our normal moon. So what I see is this cluster of stars, and not like just, you know, stars here and there, kind of like, you know, looking up at the sky here. It looked like a galaxy. Like it was like a cluster of stars just in the sky. Like if I can find an image that's similar to it, like probably the Milky Way or something, I will look for it and I'll put it over here. But that's what it looked like. But not only that was weird, what was in the middle of that cluster was another planet, and it looked kind of Earth-like, but it wasn't Earth. It looked like a different planet. So like there was a neighboring planet really close by. Like it was really big in the sky. Like it wasn't like when you look up at the moon and it's like this big, you know. It was like this big in the sky. Like it was huge, and it just looked like a neighboring planet, and it was kind of bluish with just a little bit of green. You know, like you can see a little bit of land. The other thing that's weird about this is that planet had moons orbiting around it, and they were moving fast. It wasn't like, you know, you could see a moon here, a moon there, and like when you're looking at it with the naked eye, it's stationary. Well, no, these were spinning, but they were spinning fast, and they were moving like really fast. They're moving kind of like this fast around whatever planet that was. Looking up at that, and I was like, whoa, look at that. There's more than one moon, and there's this and there's that. And I don't really recall Declan saying anything else, so he might have been looking at me like, well, duh, Mom, that's what the sky looks like. But I was sitting there like, what is this? So we're looking up at these stars and the planet and everything for a while, and then at some point I decided to go back home to my husband, I guess, whoever he was. And see, I had written down this dream right after I had it, and I'm reading it now, and this last part, I don't even remember. Like, I honestly don't remember it. But it says, I wrote down that I went back home, and I actually apologized to my husband, whoever he was, and I wrote down that he was tall and skinny, had reddish hair and freckles. And I'm like, I don't even remember that, and I don't know anybody that looks like that I've ever dated. So anyway, and he was kind of acting cold towards me, and so I apologized to him, and he's still acting kind of cold, and he seems kind of toxic, honestly. I was waiting for him to say like, oh, it's okay or whatever, but he never does. And then it says I woke up. So I'm like, that's it. But anyway, mostly I wanted to talk about this on here because I have talked about dreams before, and I've also talked about how we actually astral travel while we're sleeping, even if we're not intentionally doing it. You know, how some people astral travel and they remember it all, and they remember leaving their body and all of that. There's also the possibility that we always leave our bodies during sleep in some form or fashion. When you think about it, it kind of makes sense because your body is what needs the sleep. Your soul never sleeps. Your soul never needs rest. So it makes sense that your soul would depart and travel around while your body is sleeping and then come back. Yeah, so what do you guys think this dream could have been? Do you think it was just a random dream? Do you think It could have been anything like an out-of-body experience. You think I traveled to another planet? Could it be, you know, maybe I'm remembering a past life of some sort? Maybe a parallel universe? I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of possibilities, but I wanted to see what you guys thought. So real quickly, I did want to mention to you guys that I finally have a Patreon. For those of you who don't know, Patreon is another website where you can subscribe and get extra bonus content from me, and you can actually get links to see my YouTube videos early, so before I upload them, or before I, you know, make them live for everyone to see, along with some other bonus things that I'll be putting on there. I think I had a Patreon a while back, but I never really did much with it, so now, you know, I finally have it up. I have everything ready to go on there, so if you do sign up, you'll get early access to my videos every week, and you get a sticker that says Out of Body on it, and I will shout you out in my next video as a thank you. I will be posting bonus content on there, like bonus videos. I'm going to be doing most of my paranormal investigation videos on there, because the biggest reason why I'm even doing Patreon is so that I can kind of raise a little bit of money to help me go on investigations, go on these trips, and, you know, visit places and do paranormal investigations and film them. I will probably be posting some vlog type videos on there too, so you can kind of see behind the scenes a little bit and follow me around for a day. If there's anything else you guys would like to see on there that's bonus content type material, let me know. Because I may add stuff to it. Right now I just have the one tier option, which is just $5 a month just to get early access to videos and everything I just mentioned. So yeah, if you're interested in signing up for that, I'll put a link in the description and in the cards. Obviously, no pressure to do that. I'm just putting it out there because I finally got it set up and I finally feel like I'm at a point where I can keep up with it. I mostly didn't do it in the past because I felt like, well, you know, can I commit to actually putting bonus material on there? And yeah, I can. I've got plenty of stuff I could do. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a good day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!